Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Monica Love, and tonight it's the full moon in Libra. And tonight I thought I would talk about the significance of astrology and how astrology is an ever-growing science. It's an ever-growing thing that we have to learn, subject that we have to learn. And the topic that I want to talk about today is how astrology is going to have a huge impact. It's going to have a very huge impact on society after 2020, okay? We're going to have a very big shift that happens in 2020. Now, between 2020 and 2027 is going to be the time where the shift is going to be taking place, okay? And the reason why I delve into astrology, the reason why I've started learning astrology was because I'm here to help people understand what's going on, understanding the energies and understand what's going on. And astrology is a science that was left out, okay? It was left out from all the other sciences because people were not ready to receive it. Okay, this is the issue with astrology, is that many of us are not ready to receive it because there's a lot of misinformation. Okay, there's a lot of missing puzzle pieces that are not yet available to many people. Okay, so how can we learn more about astrology to be aware of things? Okay. Now, the first thing I want to identify with the astrology is that astrology is ruled by the sign Aquarius, okay? Astrology is ruled by the sign of Aquarius, and this is my theory, okay? I'm not saying that every astrologer is going to agree with me and is going to agree with what I say. But for me, I believe astrology is ruled by the sign Aquarius. Now, the reason why I say that is because Aquarius is a very dynamic sign. It's a very people-oriented sign, okay? Aquarius is associated with large groups. It's also associated with the planet Uranus. Okay, so I can show you guys a lot of interesting phenomenons that are happening currently. Excuse me, I'm just going to get my marker here if I can find one. Get my marker here because my marker is definitely going to help give you a better understanding of the reason why astrology is going to become a very important subject after 2020, okay? So astrology, like I said, is ruled by Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius. So astrology is ruled by Aquarius. And astrology, it's funny because both of them start with A's. Both of them start with A's, okay? And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Okay, and I'm drawing the symbol for Uranus. Okay, so if you see Uranus here, you see this sign. Okay, so here's the thing with this information that's so important for you to know. If you want to be aware of what's going to be happening in 2020, after 2020, year 2020, then you'll want to keep watching this video, okay? Because this video is going to uncover and unlock some very deep, esoteric information that a lot of us need to be aware of, and a lot of us need to know what's going on, because you don't want to be left behind, okay? You don't want to be left behind not being aware of these things, not being aware of what's going on, okay? So Aquarius is associated with astrology, okay? Now, I don't know if any of you've heard, but we're in the age of Aquarius, okay? So I'm going to write down age of Aquarius. Okay, so we're in the age of Aquarius currently, the age of Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius is associated with astrology because Uranus, okay, is the planet of change. It's the planet of technology. It's the planet of innovation. It's the planet of philanthropy, okay? So the world in itself is going to be going through all of these changes. The world is going to be experiencing technology at a phenomenal rate. When I say phenomenal rate, I mean a very high potency, where we're seeing G5 come out. We're seeing a lot of countries starting to get on the bandwagon with Wi-Fi. And this is starting to become the central focus behind our existence, okay? Another thing I want to mention is that you're starting to see a lot of issues with people obtaining jobs and keeping jobs, okay? A lot of people are having a hard time keeping their job, not getting laid off, making money. All of these things are associated with the transition that is currently happening with the Aquarian Age. Okay, so I just wanted to keep that very simple, and hopefully this is very simple because I want everybody to be aware of this energy. Okay, so now that I have my board with everything on here, I'm going to talk a little bit about all this stuff, okay? And I'm going to start with Aquarius, and I'm going to start with the significance of Aquarius, okay? So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and it's associated with the 11th house of astrology, which is the house of groups, the house of deepest desires, okay? Now, one thing, there's so much information, it's like, I don't know where to start, but I'm going to try my best to consolidate all this information that I have to give to you, okay? So the first thing is that, internet came into existence because internet was something that we perceived with our minds, okay? Internet was something that we perceived with our minds, okay? And as a result, the internet was produced, okay? Some people believe internet was produced by aliens and whatever, and fine if that's what you believe. But the idea is that as human beings, we're becoming increasingly more magnetic, okay? Because of the Uranus age, the Aquarian age, okay? So this means that Uranus is going to be even more significant for us after 2020. It's going to be even more significant, okay? Now the internet is also ruled by Aquarius, Uranus, okay? Because Aquarius, it deals with things that are, the internet is a new thing. It's an innovation. The internet is an innovation, okay? So because the internet is an innovation, this is something that represents Aquarius, which is the age of Aquarius. Now, what's even more interesting is that the symbol for Uranus is this. This is a symbol for Uranus. And if you see this symbol kind of looks like an antenna, looks like a signal, like a satellite, okay? Because Uranus is a part of Aquarius, and Aquarius is what's ushering in this new age. We live in a new age now, okay? So it's like the song, I think it's by U2, Welcome to the New Age. I don't know if U2 sings it, but there's a song that goes, Welcome to the New Age, the New Age. So this is like a time where we're coming into a new existence. This is a new way of living, okay? So the title of this video is, how astrology is going to be increasingly more important for people after 2020. Okay, so people are starting to slowly come in and learn about astrology. People want to learn about astrology. People are becoming more aware of it. And the question is, why is that the case? And the case is because people need some form of guidance. And here's the reason why. The reason why people need guidance in this time as we transition from 2019 over to 2020. We're currently in the month of March, so there's not much time until we're at 2020 together. Okay, this is why I'm doing this video. So the reason why people are going to need astrology more and more is because there's a lot of people that are lost right now. There's a lot of people that have depression. There's a lot of people that are suicidal. There's a lot of people that don't understand or know themselves. There's a lot of people that are confused, okay? The internet has had a huge impact on us in the last, I would say 20 years, okay? And, the internet hasn't been around that long, okay? I'm assuming it started in the 80s, the first internet. And even then, the internet was so minute that it didn't really have any significance. It's only now that it's starting to gain some momentum, and even still, we don't understand it. So there's a lot of things that are changing right now. And Uranus, the sign that is associated with Aquarius, is associated with rapid changes. Rapid changes. So the question is, are human beings going to be able to keep up with this significant change that is going to be occurring between 2019 and 2020, which is very soon? Are human beings going to be readily available to understand the change of this energy? Most of them are not. And that's where astrology comes in. Astrology comes in to help us understand the high highs and the low lows. The high highs and the low lows. So there's high highs and low lows, okay? And they're called waves, okay? They're called waves. We all live on these waves, okay? What is the symbol of Aquarius? Remember, I'm talking about waves. So the symbol of Aquarius, this is the symbol of Aquarius. When we're talking about waves, we're talking about many different waves. We're talking about waves of depression, waves of happiness, waves of sadness. We're also talking about waves of the internet. The waves, the Wi-Fi waves that we cannot see, okay? So there's waves all around us, okay? There's waves all around us. Okay, here's another thing I want to add. And these are all hidden messages, okay? So if you're watching this video and it's boring, some of you are going to get on my video and, some of you guys are going to be bored. But if you're bored watching this video, it means you're not ready to watch this video, okay? This video that I'm doing has a lot of information in it, and only some people are going to understand it. The people who are ready for this information are going to understand it. Those of you who get on and jump off right away, you're not ready for this information. It's too deep for you. Okay, but those of you who are sticking by and watching this are going to be ready for 2020 when it comes. You're going to know what's going on already. That's why you got to subscribe, guys, because there's a lot of information here, okay? A lot of hidden information that I want to share. Okay, so let's get back to this. So I want you to understand this information because it's highly critical that you know it, okay? So we're talking about air. So Uranus is ruled by air. This is the symbol, the astrological symbol for Aquarius, and here is the Uranus sign. So watch the significance. There's going to be a lot of changes in the air that happen after 2020. A lot of changes, okay? And these changes are going to be happening, you know, because Uranus is in Taurus now. A lot of these companies are going to try to ground this energy. They're going to try to understand and ground this energy and kind of, you know, try to get people to be calm about this energy. But this energy is, you know, I don't want to scare anybody. That's not why I do these videos. This is energy that you need to understand, that you should understand. So while Uranus is in Taurus, it's going to be a time where things are starting to pick up off the ground because Taurus is an earth sign. So they're going to be planting a lot of stuff into the earth. There's going to be planting things change in people's minds, planting new energies that are going to be happening, like the 5G that's happening, the 5G, okay? Now, we talk about 5, the number 5, okay, is also associated with the 5th dimension. Okay. The 5th dimension is, you know, we're talking about the ethers, okay? So there's 4 elements, right? There's 4 elements. But when we're talking about the Aquarian Age, we're talking about the 5th element, which is the ethers. And the ethers are things that we cannot see. And because we cannot see these things that are happening in the sky, in the air, in the, you know, all this stuff, even internet, we can't see the internet. And I'm not saying while you're watching this video looking at me, I'm saying the waves of the internet, the Wi-Fi waves. You know, the Wi-Fi wave is coming from somewhere to this computer. The Wi-Fi waves are coming from your cell phone. The Wi-Fi waves are coming from your TV. There's some sort of waves that are taking place right now that a lot of people are not aware of. So this is why I'm doing this video, is because I'm trying to show you and uncovering the messages for 2020 that are going to be coming. And I'm preparing you now for this so that you're ready. Okay. So this ether energy is going to be happening through the air where we can't see it. And what astrology is going to do is astrology is going to give you a time frame. Astrology was originally created, okay, like an almanac. When we're talking about an almanac, we're talking about the farmer's almanac. The farmer would look at the almanac and would predict, you know, the first snowfall. It would predict the first day of spring. It would predict all of these things. Okay, it's like the weatherman, the meteorologist. The meteorologist, okay, predicts the way the weather patterns are going to go and all of this, right? So it's so important that you study astrology, even if you don't know it. Even if you don't know it, even if you know this much, you are going to be protected because you're going to understand the energies that are happening, okay? I don't just do these videos for other people, I also do them for myself so that I can be aware of what's going on. I like to watch my videos because there's a lot of information that are in them to understand. So the first point is Aquarius is associated with astrology. They both start with A's. The symbol of Aquarius is the water waves, but Aquarius is not a water sign. So these are not water waves, guys. These are not water waves. Go look it up on the internet. You're going to see the sign of Aquarius and these waves are going to come up. These are not water waves. They talk about Aquarius being the water bearer, but Aquarius is not the water bearer. Okay? Aquarius is a man holding a jug with water in it. But I personally do not believe that. My theory on this is that Aquarius is human beings, because Aquarius is not an animal sign, it's a person. If you look at the sign, it's a person. And the person has a jug, and the jug has some water in it. The symbology, I think that's the right word. The symbology of Aquarius is a man holding his own power in his hands. I'm going to say that again. Aquarius is a man or a woman, doesn't have to be a man, could be a woman too, or whatever you identify yourself as. You are holding the power in your hands. So now we're coming into an age where human beings, where man is more powerful than they ever were. Man is more powerful than they ever were. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up on my phone the symbolism of Aquarius. Okay, so I pulled up the symbology on my phone, and the first symbol that comes up is this. Okay, so this is Aquarius, okay? And like I said, these waves are not water waves because Aquarius is not the sign of water. It's not the element of water. It's actually the element of air. Now, because back then when astrology was invented, okay, or discovered, they didn't understand the level of the ethers. They didn't understand of flight. They didn't understand the power of the air. They just said, oh, air, we breathe air, that's what it is. But there's a fifth element here, which is the element of ether, which is the fifth element, which is the fifth dimension. That's why they say we're moving into the fifth dimension, okay? Now, I'm going to also pull up the symbology of the sign of Aquarius to give you a better understanding of this energy, okay? So here you see the symbology. I'm going to try to see if I can find a better photo. Okay, so here's a couple. Okay, so we have this one here where you have the man and he's holding a cup. It looks like a cup or like a, I don't know, bottle or something. And there's like some water coming out, okay? So that's a picture of a man, it looks like. But there's also a picture here of a woman. I think this one's really cute. And it has this woman who is holding like a cup, and she has water coming out, okay? And she's like standing there in her power, like, look at me, I got, you know, so this to me symbolizes that human beings, that man on this planet, are starting to harness their power through the ethers, okay? Being able to do astro travel, being able to do, you know, the nuclear weapons, the G5, the internet, the speed of the internet, all of these things that we're starting to harness now, you know, being able to engineer things. You know, there's things that we can create like cloning and engineering and human beings, man, women, okay, people beings on this planet, okay, Homo sapiens, have the ability and have this power. And that's why Aquarius is holding that basin with the water coming out. It's not a water sign. It's not, it has nothing to do with water. It has everything to do with holding your power. That water is representing the power that we hold within ourselves to be able to produce something that's bigger than us. Okay, and sometimes having all that power can be so dangerous. And this is why astrology is now becoming popular. And it's not being popular in a form of, oh, let me read my horoscope. This is becoming popular in a way that I need to understand when the full moons are. I need to understand when, I feel down, or I feel like I'm off on my wave. Okay, because there's a wave happening. And the real wave is going to come in 2027. So the 2020 is preparing us for the year 2027. And the year 2027, Pluto is going to be already moved into the sign of Aquarius. And that's a whole different video. Okay, and I'm not going to get that deep with you guys today because I want you guys to digest the information I give you. I don't want to be giving you this kind of information and you guys feel overwhelmed by it, because the information that I have is specifically channeled for certain individuals. Not everybody's going to understand this channel. Not everybody's going to like what I say. Not everybody's going to watch my videos from beginning to end, and I understand that. But when you're ready for this information, it will appear in front of you, and you will be ready to receive it. But until then, most of you will not be ready until around, I would say, December. I want to say November to be kind, November of 2019, but a lot of you are only going to be ready around December. Okay, so this video might not get that many views because people are not ready or not aware. Some of you, though, there's a lot of people that are starting to become more aware, okay, which is a great thing. So this is the information that I have, and I'm going to keep this video very short, but the overall theme of this video is that there is going to be a change in 2020. The knowledge of astrology is highly imperative. A lot of mediums and psychics and just people are going to be evolving between now and 2020, and a lot of people are going to be looking for guidance through astrology. Now, some of you may be religious and may believe that astrology is not something that you should be studying, and if that's the case, then I did a video on why God wants you to know astrology, and I'll link that in the description bar below. But for me, I believe in higher energies. I believe in higher powers. I believe in God. I believe in his creation or her creation, whatever you believe. But I do believe there is a higher source and a higher energy. And I definitely tap into that for the goodness, kindness, and preservation of the human species. Okay. So I hope this video was very helpful to those of you who are very interested in this topic. It's a very deep topic. This is very deep information that a lot of people are not going to get right off the bat, and I'm okay with that as long as I get some of the information out. I'm just going to recap quickly what I was mentioning. So I did mention there's going to be a big change in 2020, and we are now moving into the fifth dimension. We're in the age of Aquarius, and astrology is a big forerunner up in learning and understanding this energy. The Uranus is ruled by Aquarius, which is the sign of the satellites, which is G5, also representing the ethers, the internet, the waves, the Wi-Fi waves, the Wi-Fi towers, okay? Aquarius is naturally ruled by air, but because they did not understand the ethers back then traditionally, they did not put in the fifth element, because the fifth element is something that we're just learning now. The symbology of Aquarius is actually a man or a woman holding a basin with water in it. It doesn't represent water sign or an aquarium. It represents human beings having this power through the internet and power through this new age that we live in. The symbolism is the waves, okay, of Aquarius. And there's going to be a big change happening in 2020. So it's important that you study and you learn astrology to help yourself and help others through this transformation, okay? And the major shift will be happening in 2027, which I will hopefully get to do a video on that as well too. But I want you guys to focus on this uncovering this information that I uncovered, this information that I channeled for you guys, okay? So I just want to thank you. My name is Monica Luve. And if you like this video and you want more deep information that uncovers the new age that we live in, the new Aquarian age, please subscribe to my channel, comment below. And also, I come out with monthly readings for each sign. And I explain what's going to happen, or I do predictions. I do predictions for each month, and I do bonus readings. I do bonus readings for the signs that like, comment, and share on my video the most. So if your sign comments, likes, and subscribes to my channel the most, you will get a bonus reading at the end of the month for April. So I'm going to be looking out for that. And yeah, my whole channel is about self-development, and it's about harnessing your power and being aware of things in advance. It is prediction, but it's more than prediction, okay? This is being aware of the energies that are taking place, because humans are starting to have more magic, and we need to harness that magic in a positive and fulfilling way, okay? So Monica Luve here, and yeah, thanks guys for coming and hanging out with me. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Ciao.